Hello queens, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute queens, but I'm here, I'm back. I'm so happy to be back. Today I'm going to be doing this really cute nude natural look, something that's really simple, really easy for anyone to complete. So if you want to see how I got this look, you know what to do, queen. Stay right on to it. Alright queens, I've already moisturized and primed my skin off camera. I use my Pond's face moisturizer to moisturize with, and I use my e.l.f. matte putty primer to prime my face. So we're going to move right along to the brows. I'm just going to brush my brow into place with a spoolie brush. To fill in my brows, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. This is my favorite brow product because a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to use my Morphe E29 brush. It's the same brush I use to brush out my brows, and I'm going to use the other end, the angled end. I'm just starting underneath the brow, working my way to the tail, over top, down to the tail. To conceal my brows, I'm going to take my LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Warm Honey, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, about that much, and I'm going to use the angle brush again to conceal. To blend out the concealer, I'm going to take my MAC 227 brush, and I'm just going to pat it everywhere that concealer is. I don't want to move the product, so I'm just going to pat it into place. Okay, now that we got that down, I'm going to prime my eyelids with some Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to put a little bit on my lid, and I'm going to blend it out with that same brush. Okay, now we're going to move on to the face. I'm going to be using my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my Morphe Y7 brush to apply it. Now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender by Sonia Kashuk and just pat all that product into place and make sure it's evenly blended out. Okay, now I'm going to conceal my face with some LA Pro Girl concealer. And I'm going to conceal everywhere the sun hits, basically, so under my eyes. This is one of my favorite concealers. It never lets me down, like, ever. I love to use it, and it doesn't cost that much. Okay, now I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. Okay, I'm going to let the concealer sit on my nose for a minute while I contour. I'm going to take my Black Radiance foundation stick in the shade Expresso to contour with. To blend it out, I'm going to take my Real Technique brush. And I'm just going to blend around the product. Now I'm going to take my Morphe 524 brush and blend out the contour on my nose. And then I'm going to blend out that concealer. Okay, to set my face, I'm going to take my Sephora face powder. And I really like this face powder because it's smooth and it looks like skin. So I'm going to take that and set my entire face with it first. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my loose powder. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to set everywhere I concealed. I'm using my crayon case powder puff to apply. Okay, now I'm going to take my Arcade Kiss contour palette to contour my face with and go over where I contoured with the cream contour stick. So I'm just going to go over everywhere I contoured. Okay, now we're going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to be taking my ColourPop Nude Mood palette. And I'm going to take the shade All Natural right here. And I'm just going to place it in my crease. So I'm going to go back and forth into the crease. Then I'm going to take Moody down at the bottom and place it on the outer corner. Up into the crease just a smidget, not too much. And I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills A12 brush, if you were wondering. Okay, now I'm going to go back with All Natural. And this is my Morphe 514 brush that I use in the crease. And I'm just going to go over top of that color and kind of blend out the edges so that there won't be any harsh lines. Okay, now I'm going to take Bare to Wear and mix it with Bluffin'. And I'm going to place it on the lid. And I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I'm not sure what number it is. It rubbed off, but it's a flat brush. And I'm just gonna press it onto the lid like so. Okay, now I'm gonna go back with All Natural. And I'm gonna blend out my crease so that that lid color will be blended well into each color, so there won't be any harsh lines. I want to go back with a little bit of Moody down at the bottom and just tap it onto the outer corner. So now I'm taking my ColourPop times Shayla Lippie pencil. Now I'm going to take my Naked lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now I'm going to take my Candy lip gloss by Makeup Revolution and go over top. Now I'm going to apply my Champagne Pink lashes by Velux by I Envy. My eyes like to water now for some strange reason. I don't know if it's the lash glue or if I'm getting like sensitive, but it needs to stop. Like, I don't understand why. It doesn't matter what lash glue I use, they just water now. They never used to do that. Okay, now I'm going to apply some mascara. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to apply a little bit to the top. For blush, I'm going to take my MAC Burnt Pepper blush. This is like one of my favorites. Okay, now I'm going to spray my face with some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. For highlight, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Time Resi highlighter to highlight my face. Alright queens, that wraps this look up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was easy. Let me know what you'd like to see down in the comment box below. And I will see you queens on the next one. Bye.